couple quick disclaimers on this video. Number one, I know the mic quality is not good at all. I apologize. I have a microphone. It's sitting over there. I planned on using it. But of course, they make a laptop that puts two USB ports right next to each other. And naturally, the USB plug on my microphone is about twice the size of the regular plug-in for the camera. So it was either I use the camera on the computer or I use the camera on my microphone. Second disclaimer on this video, I apologize. I'm sick, so I'm probably not going to sound the greatest on the recording, but just do take that into mind. Thirdly, yes, I do realize that the camera is slightly tilted. I can't fix that. I can show you guys kind of generally what's wrong. The tripod that I'm using for the camera is missing one of the rubber ends on the underside of it. And so to kind of counteract that, I tilted the camera a little bit this way, and that is a little bit tilted this way, and so it's kind of playing a game back and forth to see which direction it really wants to fall. I believe that's all the disclaimers, so let's go ahead and get into the actual video. Now, believe it or not, there are NASCAR Diecast filled to the brim in this box. I know what you're thinking, why would I spend my money on that? Well, it just so happens that recently I have gotten into reselling of NASCAR Diecast because I think it would be kind of fun, and it's just something that I've always had an interest in. I've been collecting NASCAR Diecast since I was 3, I believe, and I've been a fan of NASCAR since I was about that age as well. So I thought, I might as well spend my money wisely and get an entire box of NASCAR Diecast. But for the time being, this box is going to go on the floor because we are going to go through the most challenging and probably longest taking, believe it or not, part of this video, which is going to be this massive bag of Authentics diecast that I picked up last year. And each one of these diecasts that I included, except for a few specific diecast, will be for sale on my eBay, which I will link down in the description. You can also reach out to me on my business email, which will be also down in the description if you want to buy a specific diecast, or you could just say something on YouTube and I'll send you a message to my Discord and we can work out a deal somewhere there as well. So let's go ahead and get into it without wasting much more time. But let's go ahead and dump this bag out. Oh my goodness. So yes, that is a lot of diecast. Let's hurry up and get into them. I have a Daniel Suarez car. Try and keep the glare off of it because these boxes are really shiny. But I have the Daniel Suarez freeway insurance car that he ran in 2024 and in 2025. This just so happens to be the 2024 version of it. I picked it up for no reason besides the fact that I just kind of wanted to have the regular version of it, because on my shelf over here I actually have the one that he won Atlanta in 2024 with. I'm going to do two at a time now. I have the regular Christopher Bell Ream car and the Chris Buescher Fastenal car from, that was the wrong one, 2024, yeah. I just picked up his 2025 Fastenal car just a couple days ago because, I thought, why not? I already have the 2024 Fastenal car, might as well get the 2025 one as well. The next one is the funny car, the 2025 Ross Chastain jockey car, the X-Ray jockey car. I don't know if you can really see that very well, but you can see the driver on the inside. It's wearing underwear. I always thought that was the weirdest diecast that I've probably ever seen. The next car on the list, I actually thought this was pretty cool, but it is the Jesse Love National Fallen Firefighters Foundation car. It's honestly really pretty, especially with like the stars on the black. Kind of looks really good. Definitely. Oh yeah, tilting him that way looks way better. I really do like this car. I've always liked the number 2 Willen car. The next car, we're going to do 2 at the same time. These 2 are my favorite, pretty much active drivers right now in the series, besides Tyler Reddick. Yes. Besides Tyler Reddick, these 2 are my favorite drivers in the series right now. We have the Shane Van Gisbergen Wendy's Frosty car and the Connor Zilic WeatherTech car. Now, this Connor Zilic WeatherTech car goes... It went for some pretty insane money towards the beginning of its life on the shelf. It still is in some stores, although I've only found it once along with the Shane Van Gisbergen Cup Series WeatherTech car, which I also just picked up the other day at the store. Next up, we have Noah Gregson's Bass Pro Tracker car, which I liked this paint scheme. That's pretty much the only reason I picked it up. The box is pretty cool as well. I don't know if I dreamed it. I think I have another one of these that I already opened. So we're not going to open this one for a while. The next car, I was really excited about this one when I found it, was the Brad Keselowski Pretzel Bites car. This car is a gem. I love the King's Hawaiian cars, and I love King's Hawaiian by themselves. They're just so good. Next, we have the Daniel Suarez Tootsie's car, the black and purple one, which honestly, it looks kind of cool. It's the playoff car that he ran. I believe it's the car. Didn't he crash this thing on like lap 13 at Talladega? I don't know for sure. A really cool car. I have most of the Wave. This is the 2025 Wave 1. And I think the only car from this Wave that I don't have is the Martin Truex Jr. car. That would be correct. I have every single car from that Wave. Now, it is not very often that we get a truck in an Authentics Wave. So this was always something that I absolutely wanted to jump on. But it's his car that he ran in 2020. I believe he ran this car in 2024. I don't think he did it last year. He ran this car for Tricon, obviously the number 1, the best repair car. Let's go with a bit of a throwback, though. This one is kind of funny to me. It's kind of been opened, I think. Yeah, the right corner's been a little bit removed. But back when I was a kid, CVS used to have these little tiny, these diecast boxes with the candy brands that they sold. And I got the Double Mint car, but I never did get the M&M's car. I was never able to find it. But I picked one up for super cheap online, and I just absolutely love to see this M&M's car. This one was probably his best M&M's car, in my opinion, his 2012. I have his 2011 as well, but I just enjoyed it specifically because on the nose, I don't know if you can see that or not, but the nose of the car is chocolate. It is Ryan Blaney's body armor car from 2024. Yeah, the 2024 car. I always forget which cars it's from. This is actually, I lied. This is the 2025 car from this year because he ran this thing and then he ran the black one and then the body armor chill car. But I like this one okay. Body armor's designs have kind of dipped a little bit until the chill car this year. The chill car, or last year rather, chill car is amazing. The SVG Wendy's Saucy Nugs car. I always kind of mistaken this thing for like a Halloween car because it's got the orange on it. It kind of reminds me of something that you would see in October, but it's got really kind of weird to see an orange because you don't see a lot of orange on a race car, believe it or not. Kyle Busch's Lucas car. This is actually about the 4th Lucas Oil car that I have. I have 2 in the regular 164 box scales, and then I also have a big one in the liquid color that I'd like to get signed by him. Kyle, if you're watching this video, my DMs are open. And then that one, obviously. So it's about 4 Kyle Busch Lucas Oil cars, and they change ever so slightly every year. But let's keep on the trend of Kyle Busch and get the one that has kind of just been hanging out in the middle of the screen this whole time. And it's Kyle Busch's Texas win from 2024. He did with Spire. The Realtree Green, I loved when he ran that. I'm not sure why Realtree did not come with Kyle Busch to the Cup Series. I feel like that would have been like really cool to have him. But I love what Lionel has done with the Winner's Circle cars, because the Winner's Circle cars now look just so cool. They look completely accurate, and being on the little winner's plate just makes it even better. So kudos to Lionel for making the Winner's Circle stuff again. Next up, we have the Eric Jones Craftsman car in the liquid color version. Now, I really struggled to figure out if this was the actual liquid color version for a long time. It looks like it is, but there's no sticker to say it is. I deducted that it was because after looking at several photos, it didn't have the little liquid color sticker that you see on all the new liquid color cars. Next up, we have Hot Wheels. These obviously are not regular NASCAR Diecast, they're just Hot Wheels, so I'm going to scan through these. We got a Mazda Roadster. We have a McLaren W1 in the orange form. They have a blue one out right now, which every time I see it, which I see it very frequently, I really do want to get it, but I never have. We have the Audi, the old Audi R90 that they used to run. Next up, another GT prototype. I love my GT prototypes. Specifically, the Cadillac is one of my favorites. And I love that Hot Wheels has been making those versions of them. And lastly, this one got me so excited. They made the Peugeot hypercar in Hot Wheels form. I never thought in a million years that I would see a Peugeot hypercar. And this honestly looks really good. Normal Hot Wheels quality, when you see something, it's kind of bland. It's missing a few things like prints, whatnot. But the Peugeot hypercar looks pretty spot on. I wish that they did more with headlights. It doesn't look like they really did anything but just put the plastic on for the headlights, which is obviously just a little bit disappointing. Now we're going to do this in a couple different waves. We're going to start off with 2025, 2024, and 2026. There are a couple. Diecast. Then move on to Nationwide Series Diecast. Xfinity, I don't think they've produced an O'Reilly's car yet, but Nationwide and Xfinity cars next. Then we'll go on to cars that are from the 2010 to 2016, 17, 18 era. Until the next gen came out, obviously. So let's go on ahead and jump straight into the 2025 Diecast loadout. Now, I was absolutely not kidding when I said that I had way too many Diecast from the ones that I bought last year. And I'm also not kidding when I say that the box is filled up from the bottom to the top. It's about 4 levels. But the way we're going to do this is we're going to go by driver because we kind of have to speed around this. So we're going to start off, obviously, with the number 1. Now, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... probably in the single-digit numbers are going to be probably the easiest because there weren't a ton of diecast made. But there were a decent amount of Ross Chastain cars made. Obviously, being notably his Busch Light Apple car, which I'm a sucker for. His Busch Light Lime car, I thought was cool looking as well. His Busch Light Flannel car, which I have made it a thing to buy every year. And lastly, his Jockey Race Win car from Charlotte last year. Next up, the 2 car. Nothing else besides his regular discount car, but the discount car is always pretty cool. Nothing for the number 3 car. I'm not the biggest Austin Dillon fan, so I really don't have anything to show for Austin Dillon, but I do have a number 4 car. I think it's the only one that I have from the Next Gen era. I think I have another one from when he was just in the regular car, but it's his Busch Light Apple car that he ran a couple years ago. The camera's not doing well at this angle, I apologize. I will get something a little more permanent set up eventually, but Busch Light Apple car that Kevin Harvick ran. This is the one that he ended up winning at Michigan with, I believe it was Michigan. But this is his 2022 version. The box, pretty good condition as well. This one will be also up on my site when I sell some of my cars in a little while once I get my store going. I did almost forget that Noah Gragson has been in the 4 car for the last 2 years. So here's his Rush Truck Center's car. Today we have 2 Brad Keselowski machines prepared for you today. We have his 2025 Cottonelle car and his 2022 Violet Defense car. As for the 7 car of Corey LaJoie, we do have his Celsius car. There really wasn't anything else produced in the 7 car the last couple of years. As a Kyle Busch fan, it would be naturally shocking to anyone that I only have 3 Kyle Busch cars that I purchased last year. But, I mean, there weren't a lot of Kyle Busch cars, at least of much worth, that were produced last year. We do have his Ozark car, his Bank Ozark car, which is actually a pretty nice paint scheme that he ran. I also have this one that I picked up this year in the 164th form of the Authentics line that was produced in Wave 2. We have his Patriotics Cheddar's car, which I also picked up in his 2025 form as well. And we have, lastly, I know it's not the 8 car, but it is his 18 DeWalt car that he ran in 2022, his last season with Joe Gibbs Racing. We've got a couple of number 9 cars here on the lot today. 2 different drivers as well. First off, we have Shane Van Gisbergen's WeatherTech Red Bull car that he ran with Connor Zilisch at Chicago Street Course last year. Beautiful car. This is kind of generally considered a gem right now. I've seen some people that have been able to sell that car for a lot more money than I feel like it should be worth. But on that front, we just have 2 Chase Elliott cars, which were kind of my favorite cars that he ran last year. We have his Napa 100 car, the gold. It looks a lot better in person. I promise you, it kind of just looks a little dull because of the camera angle. And his prime car, which I really did enjoy the look of it. His new one is not bad, but it is not my favorite at all by far because, I don't know, the black just feels a little too dull for me. Now, I don't have any Ty Dillon cars from last year, which is kind of surprising because I had a couple of them in my cart on the ready. But I do have his Yahoo car and the Progressive Martinsville Win car, which was surprisingly the only Progressive car that was produced last year. I'm hoping that the Progressive car makes production this year so that we don't have to have just a raced win, but I'm glad that there was no confetti in Martinsville. It just got a whole heck of a lot louder down here, so I apologize if you can't hear me as well. But now we have probably the most diecast of one singular driver that I have from last year, and that's Ryan Blaney. Let's kind of speed around this real quick. This is my favorite car, his Dent Wizard car, my favorite car of his from 2022 season. This one's going off to a friend. I apologize that I'm not reselling that one. Here is his black and gray body armor car that we showed in the Authentics line as well. His 2022 body armor car, the basic one that he ran from the 2022 season. Here's the one that he won the Coke 600 with in 2023. A really nice looking race car. I said that right. Yeah, he did win the Coke 600. Yeah. A really nice looking car. I'm a huge fan of this one. Not as cool as one of the others that's down the line that I was talking about. We do also have his 2023 car, which has a little bit more red than body armor really has ever shown on one of their cars. Here's his body armor Zero Sugar car from 2024 with the black stripe down the middle. There was only one body armor car produced in 2024, and it was this one, in 1/64th form, that is. My favorite is the Discount Tire car on the 12. This is from last year. I don't know what it is about Discount Tire being on the 12, but it is so much better to me than having it on the 2. The 2 looks good, but the Discount Tire 12 just kind of beats it all for me. Here's a body armor Edge car that he ran in 2022. They made a lot of body armor cars in 2022. One of the most produced body armor years, I believe. If you couldn't see, there's a trend. If you've been keeping up with me on Twitter, I did a challenge where I got every single body armor car ever produced by Lionel for Ryan Blaney in 1/64th scale. Almost had to get the 1/24s as well, but lucky we didn't have to do that. Anyway, here's his 2023 body armor sports water car. Kind of cool. I like the white and red. For being a very simple car, it's pretty nice. Next up is his advanced auto parts car, which I dig it. It's way better than it used to be. I don't know what they did. I think it's just the chrome number, but it is so beautiful. One of my favorite cars of all time. Then lastly, my favorite body armor car that they've ever produced, the Body Armor Chill car. This thing is just beautiful to me. He ran it in the Coke 600, didn't make it far, unfortunately, but just a beautiful, beautiful race car that Lionel and Penske put out. Even though we haven't seen a 13 car in the Cup Series in a little while, we do have an Akinori Ogata car from 2022. This one is also what I would consider, and some other people would consider, a gem. You really don't see many Akinori Ogata cars on production anymore. But also there's more, because MBM had a really good string of cars get released the last couple of years. Here's the 2024 BJ McLeod Falling in Reverse car. Kind of hard to see all the colors on this thing with the darkness and everything being all messed up, which again I apologize for, but orange and gray looks pretty cool. It's cool to have something like that on the shelf, that you don't always see something. I did not get any 14 cars last year, but I did pick up Ryan Preece's Hunt Brothers Pizza American flag car that he ran in Charlotte, I believe, the patriotic car. A beautiful race car that they ran. Honestly, very underrated. And this diecast is actually shockingly hard to find now. I do have a 19. Lionel did not produce any 16 colleague cars last year. The 17 car, I didn't really feel like picking up any Buescher cars. I think they did produce a couple last year, which you'll see in later videos that I did pick up. The 18 car I already showed with Kyle Busch. The 19 car is Eric Almirola's Phoenix win, which I thought was really cool to pick up a Eric Almirola Xfinity car. I actually lied. I do have an 18 car, and it's the Starkey car that William Sawalich ran last year. We have his regular Interstate Batteries ND Walt car, which not a lot of people like this car. I actually appreciate it quite a bit. I believe it's the Charlotte All-Star Ream car. Next, we have a promo car where you could only pick this one up if you directly ordered it from Kofandy. I picked this one up pretty quickly. My friend on Twitter recommended this one to me, and I was so excited when I picked this one up when this one came in the mail. Like I said, not produced anywhere, but Lionel sent a bunch of them to Kofandy for a promo, and I had to jump on it. I feel like that one may have been my best decision of last year of purchasing, if you can really say that you had a good decision from purchasing something. There are no 21 cars, but we got one singular number 22 car, and it's from the 2022 season, his Verizon 5G machine. But here's his Litos car, the purple and white. I like the purple and white, but it's a little too simplistic for me, in my opinion. Next is his US Air Force car. Now, I thought this one was really cool. I got to see this one race in person at Kansas Speedway, and honestly, I think it works. The B-2 Bomber on the side is wicked. I don't know if you can see it in the light there with the glare, but the B-2 Bomber is just, that is such a cool addition with the US Air Force on there. So a tied number 31 Justin Haley car from the 2023 season. Riley Herbst Sunny D car here. There we go. So we have 2 Tyler Reddicks and we have 3 Kurt Busches. Once again, most of 2311 sponsors from last season did not want their diecast produced. So let's start with the Kurt Busches first of all. We have his Kansas win here, which is a huge gem in my opinion in my collection that I plan on selling to you guys. The Money Lion McDonald's car as well here. And his regular Money Lion car, I don't like it as much as the Money Lion car that Tyler Reddick ended up running in 23, or was it 24? I think it was 24 with the foil number. Beautiful car, by the way. Chicago Skyline Jordan car. Beautiful car. One of my favorites. He ran that at the Chicago Street Course. And lastly, his Jordan Diamonds car. Also forgot to mention I do have a 42, a John Hunter Nemechek, actually from 2024. The last John Hunter Nemechek produced until this year. And the only 50 car that I got is this gem, which is the Arby's 51 that Cody Ware ran last year. Next up, Ryan Preece. We got 2 of them right here. Now this one I was going to wait to show you all, but I ended up getting it before December 31st. So, technically, it's a car I got last year. First of all, it is his Mohawk machine. I got this one when I went to Keene Speedway. This was pretty cool to find. I was super excited because I love the Ryan Preece 60s. And I love Ryan Preece as well. And now, for the moment you guys have been waiting for, the actual first 2026 diecast produced for 2026, the Ryan Preece Trimble car, which obviously RFK is running Trimble on all 3 of their cars this season, but it looks really good on an RFK car, especially because most RFK cars now have the foil number on the Lionel paint schemes. We're gonna do Michael McDowell, Spencer Boyd, and Carson Hocevar. Now, take these 2. These 2 are pretty basic. The Hocevar car is from 2024. But when you look at this, the Spencer Boyd truck. This truck, there's not much to it. What's the first thing you notice about this truck? The first thing, when you sit here and you look at this truck, what's something that's missing? Where are the contingencies? What on earth? If I'm not mistaken, this exact truck ran contingencies in 2025. Where are they? We don't have them. But I thought it was also interesting that this truck has a different box than some of the others. So maybe it doesn't have the contingencies because it's like a promo or something. Although I did get to pick this one directly up from the Lionel site. Not so sure. Kind of a weird thing from this one. We got Corey LaJoy's Schluter Systems car and Jimmy Johnson's Carvana Sunrise or Sunset car. Is it? Desert Sunrise. Yes, the one that he ran at Phoenix. 2 pretty cool cars. I prefer the Jimmy car though. Obviously Jimmy Johnson's my goat. I have a bunch of Connor cars. I'm a huge Connor Zilish fan. One of my favorite drivers currently. We have his 2024 Carolina Carports car that he won at Watkins Glen with. This is not the one that he broke his collarbone with, though. Then we have his Chicago car that he ran, which is inaccurate. It is missing the removed quarter panel. It should just be all black like it was in real life, but that's okay. I think it is on the Race Twin version of it. Or did SVG win it? I don't remember. And then we have two of the most expensive Connor Zilic diecasts right now. His regular WeatherTech car and his Red Bull car. This car right now, the Connor Zilic Red Bull car, on a good day, you could probably find it for $25. I feel like that's like borderline outrageous. This one right here is kind of hard to find, but on a good day, you could probably find this one for $20, which is also pretty expensive. I got both of them for base price because I got both of them at the same time. Not trying to gloat or anything. I apologize if that's how it came across. Next up, we're going to do Shane Van Gisbergen as well as one Daniel Suarez car. Let's get through the Suarez car pretty quick. Just a basic freeway insurance car that he ran in 25. They changed it up a little bit. They ran multiple freeway paint schemes last year, which I thought was kind of cool. And then we got SVG's regular WeatherTech car. This is the one that he won at Sonoma with back in 24. Then next up, we have some more gems on the front here. His blue Trackhouse car. This thing sold out really quick, but I also picked this one up pretty early on from the main market. Very pretty car that he ran, only for the Clash. Then we got his Safety Culture, his purple car that he ran last year. Didn't have a lot of luck in this car, but he was always kind of trying to contend in this thing. And then lastly, his most expensive car, the Red Bull Machine. This car, beautiful, didn't also perform super well last year, but on a good day, that car probably goes for around what Connor's does, 25 or so on the regular market. All right, let me get the Xfinity diecast set up next now. But let's start off with a blast to the past. Roush Fenway's 911 memorial cars that they ran back in 2011, exactly 10 years after the tragic events of 9/11. So a really nice 3-pack of cars here. Of course, we got the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. The Trevor Bayne, the Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and the Carl Edwards. Get these two mixed up because they both ran the 6 and the 16 in those years. But these are really nice cars. They're all pretty much the same. They all ran in the same year. I was a big fan of these cars. So we have an assortment here. Start off with the Mike Harmon racing cars, which had some funny ones. So obviously there's the Back the Blue car, first of all, that Kyle Weatherman raced. That's the first one on the list. And then the really funny one, which is the Trump 2020 Joe Nemechek car. I saw this and I was like, that's hilarious. I need to get this. The number 74 Kyle Weatherman car. It's running for heroes. So then here's another group of funny ones. This one's not really funny. This is the Circle B diecast. Actually, Plan B sales. The 02 that Brett Moffitt ran. And then there's the funny one that Ryan Vargas run. I think Vargas ran this one. Yeah, he did. The r/NASCAR Reddit car, which you never think you'd ever see a Reddit car in NASCAR. And then you see one and you think, okay, that's kind of stupid. Honestly, at some point it gets a little stupid. And then there's Natalie Decker, which is funny in its own way. The 23 Red Street car. In the Xfinity series, we have right here the Kyle Weatherman car, the My Radar car. This one kind of looks like a toucan, which is, I think, cool. Is that the point of it, to look like a toucan? No, it looks like a weather app. Okay, it's a weather app. I just realized that. That took me way too long. Then we have the Sheldon Creed Friends of Jacqueline car. I love the Friends of Jacqueline cars. They always pump out really good paint schemes for the FOJ cars. Then another kind of funny one, it's the, what is that? The Doge car with the Doge on the hood. I don't know if you can see that through there. Look at that. Yeah, you can kind of see the Doge. It's funny. It's one of those hilarious, like, haha cars. And then we got another Circle B diecast car here with a DGM number 92, which they don't produce a lot of DGM cars. But this is a Josh Bilicki number 92 car. We're now on to the more early Xfinity series here. I've got a good solid group of cars for that era. Let's see. This GameStop car was actually pretty hard to find. When I did find it, I actually somehow found it for only like $20, which was shocking to me on so many levels. I thought it was going to be way more expensive than that. But then we also have the Racers car that Matt Kenseth ran. Elliott Sadler, the 2017 car that he ran, the one main car. You know, I don't remember buying this. I really don't. Kind of funny. Really funny. It's not the only one main car. I got a couple others. I love Elliott Sadler, though. One of my favorite older drivers. We got a Dale Earnhardt Jr. Hellman's car. I think I got that Elliott Sadler car in like a lot of cars, which is the same with this Dale Earnhardt Jr. car as well. Here we're going to also... I'm a sucker, like I said, for discount tire cars, and so here's a Joey Logano discount tire number 22 that he ran in the Xfinity Series in 2015. I forgot about one car that was an Xfinity car. I guess it was like the year that they became Xfinity, which was the Ty Dillon, the alcohol car. I don't even want to try and pronounce the name of that beer, but that's an Xfinity car. But other than that, here I have a bunch of nationwide cars to start you off with. So let's do the sevens first here. I have a GoDaddy Danica Patrick, the pink one. Here is a Regan Smith fire alarm car, which funny story about this one. I bought this one from Plan B Sales. I originally bought the fire alarm patriotic car. They sent me this one instead, and I was like, oh well. Brian Scott's number 2 car, Trevor Bayne Roush CleanTech car, which I got from a buddy also for free. Brad Sweet car, which was really cool. That was an era of racing that I remember vividly in my head, the Brad Sweet era of the number 5 machine. We also have this number 3 car, this Austin Dillon, the Advocare one, Elliott Sadler one main car back when he was at Joe Gibbs in the number 11 car. He's been to so many teams. I just the other day remembered that he's raced for Roush, which was a really weird era of time before he went to Junior Motorsports. But here I got a couple of gems here, and we're going to start with the first one, which is a Matt Kenseth GameStop car. It is the Triton car that he ran, the number 18. This one is, I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. Picked that one up. It was not too expensive. You'd be surprised. A decent price. And then this one I didn't even know existed, but I found it. A Sam Hornish Jr. Alliance car from 2013. Yes, indeed. But the last one is a pretty big gem. It was a promo diecast. It is the Joe Graf Jr. G-Technic number 07 car that he drove back in, I believe, what year? 2022. So this was pretty cool to see and pretty cool to have. Got that one also for pretty cheap. I try and look for that wherever I can. Alright, we are back for, I would say, the COT era of cars, plus one car that was a throwback to a NASCAR West Series driver and car. But before we get into the COTs, I forgot one Xfinity car that I did pick up a long time ago that was actually pretty cheap for me. It is a Landon Castle Voyager car that he ran back with Colleague. I always like picking up a Colleague car from time to time whenever they actually create them. So why don't we go ahead and start off with one that I think everybody would appreciate out of respect, because I believe, he was one of the best drivers in NASCAR in this era, and one of the greatest guys that we unfortunately lost in December. It is Greg Biffle. We have 2 diecasts that I picked up, and I actually picked these 2 diecasts. I have 2 others, but I picked these 2 specifically up before he passed away, and so I promised myself that I would not ever get rid of these diecasts. So these Greg Biffle diecast will not be on sale ever. I promise you, I will not sell any of my Greg Biffle diecasts. It's kind of a thing, and I know I don't want to waste any more time, but it's kind of a thing that I really didn't like when Greg Biffle passed away, unfortunately. There were people who would take his death and they would raise the diecast prices and the memorabilia prices literally minutes. I wouldn't say minutes, hours after his passing. They raised his memorabilia price up almost 2%. His 124s would go from $120 to $350. His 164s went from $12 to $15 to $50. And honestly, I feel like that's not fair. I really don't like it when people do that. I know I don't have much of a voice here, but I would love it if people would stop doing that. But anyway, this is my favorite paint schemes of Greg Biffle's when he was in the COTs. This is the base car that he ran, the 3M. And then we also have the 911 memorial version that he ran that year as well, which is just a blue version of the black that usually goes around the top and the hood of the car. But very pretty car. One of my favorites. Rest in peace. One of my favorite drivers growing up. Kevin Harvick's 1998 NASCAR West Series championship car. Very interesting that this is in production. It's fairly new, actually. The Tony Stewart Office Depot car has the crayons and pencils on the side, as well as the roof being kind of like all colored up a little bit. I think it's a little too dark here. Let me see if I can turn the ring light up just a little bit here. I loved the blue car so much, but I wasn't a fan of the one that had the little, what is that on the hood? I don't know if you can see that very well, but whatever that is, the FedEx logo, the thing, I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of that, but I loved the blue otherwise. Every year that they ended up running the FedEx office blue car until they just made the car the same every year. That's the blue one, and then here's the green, the FedEx ground one, which also is pretty awesome. Next up, we got kind of a mix of Kurt Busch and AJ Allmendinger here, but equally, each one of these diecast are super rare and really hard to find, and I was so excited when I found one of them. I'll have a story about it when I get it up here. But we have 3 different versions of these cars. Now, I found a regular Kurt Busch version of this one because I think this one... Which one's the one that is Allmendinger? Okay, I found a Kurt Busch version of this one. But the story is that these 2 I picked up for in the 20s, and they're worth well over that. I'm not going to go much higher than that, obviously. But this one here... This car, for the longest time, was worth, when I was looking on eBay, $40 to $50. A lot of people were paying that for this, a AAA car. Now, somebody decided that they were going to sell a whole bunch of them that they got. I don't know how they got them. They decided to sell a whole bunch of them, and they were selling them for $9. I'm like, wow, that is an amazing deal. I should get more of them. I got one of them, and I thought, okay, I won't get more. I won't turn it into Monopoly or anything. And then they kept coming, and then they kept coming. Literally, when I tell you, their page said they sold about 49 of them. 49 of this car that was $50 on eBay for the longest time. So, basically, all value of this car is gone, and it's pretty much just kind of a cool little thing. I found a Kurt Busch version of it a long time ago that I was going to pick up so that I could have all 3 Kurt Busches from 2011, but I ended up not doing that. His pink Rame car, and then we have his Budweiser bow tie car. Now, his pink Rame car I got in a lot of diecast, which was not too expensive. It was on sale pretty good. I got a really good deal on it. It's a nice car a lot. But my favorite car from the area was when he would run the bow tie car, and I always wanted to find his one that he ran in 2012 that was on the COT, as well as the one he ran in 2013. Now, up until a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't find the one that he ran in 2013 anywhere. And if I could find it, it was way too expensive. But I got a guy that I found that was able to get me one for not such a bad price. And I was just ecstatic. I was so happy. The Kyle Busch cars. Now, these two cars, I think, are pretty expensive. Kind of hard to find now as well. Like I said, I'll do proper research and I'll try and get as good of a price on all these as I can when I get there. But this car is his 2011 car that he ran. Not my favorite of his two. He ran the 2012 one, which... the only 2012 one that I have. No, I think I got another 2012 one in a lot of cars, but I don't believe I got it last year. I got it this year. But the 2012 one, in my opinion, is way better than the 2011 one. I really don't understand why it works that way in my brain. But the 2011 one's still pretty nice. And then this one's kind of the gem, because you can't really find any Kyle Busch interstate cars anymore from the COT era. It is genuinely hard to find one of these. We're going to have these two Petty cars. I believe, are these both from 2012? No, they're not. Okay. So this one is an AJ Allmendinger STP car from 2011. I think this one's not super rare, super expensive, so it'll be a pretty base price when I do put it online. The Marcus Ambrose car, this is not easy to find cheap in the COT. You can kind of find some of his Gen 6 cars, and they're not that expensive, but his COT one is really, really hard to find at this point. But, oh, we're knocking stuff down. Next up, we're going to do two teammates here. And these teammates are on Hendrick Motorsports. It is Jeff Gordon's DuPont car and Casey Kane's Quaker State car. First up, we have a Trevor Bayne Wood Brothers COT. Now, I think the Gen 6 is a little bit harder to find than the COT is, but it still is a gem in my opinion. This is a car that I always loved seeing when I was growing up. Watched the Wood Brothers race in the early COT era, as well as some in the Gen 4 era, and so Wood Brothers, a staple in my memories. The 2011 season was an incredible season for them as well, so that's a huge car. These two here, we have the 2011 Carl Edwards Ortho Defense car. Now, I didn't know this thing existed. I was scrolling down on my feed and I saw this and I was like, wow, I gotta get my hands on this car before anybody else did, because I've never seen anything like this before. I didn't even remember him running it, so I thought that was pretty cool to pick up as well. Now this one here is another winged, is it a winged COT? I gotta look in there. Yes, it is. It is a winged COT. David Reagan number 6 UPS car. This thing was a gem when I picked it up. Every time I've ever seen this one, it goes a little bit expensive side. What do you consider expensive in diecast form? I would say anything over maybe $17, $20 is a little bit expensive. And then there's the excessive, which is like $40, $50. But these next two, we're just going to bundle them two together. They really don't have a lot to do with each other. But we got the Danica Patrick number 10 GoDaddy car. This thing, not super special, just kind of exists in my collection. And you guys can pick that one up as well. But this car is the Alabama Roll Tide Michael Waltrip Racing Clint Bowyer car that he ran in 2012 at Talladega. Dude, oh, there's a story behind this car. So NASCAR The Game Inside Line has this car, and I loved racing it. Every single time that I would play NASCAR The Game Inside Line, I would race this car when I wasn't Kyle Busch, obviously, when I was younger. And just, it was something about the Alabama Roll Tide car, and just the errands and the red, just, it stuck out to me. And so that's why I was genuinely so pleased to pick up this number 15 car. All right, heading on to the last portion of this video, which is the Gen 6 era-ish. But the first things first, I do have this little pack of William Byron cars from all of his rookie years. The Austin Dillon Great Stuff. I thought it was Boot Barn, but the Great Stuff car, Jeff Gordon 3M car, which pretty not cheap, all things considered. This thing, kind of a gem. A lot of people looking for this car nowadays. Number one of Jamie McMurray, his Cessna car that he ran. I remember this thing running back in 2013 and 2014, I believe. Yes, it also ran in 2014. And I thought that his Cessna patriotic car was so cool. He kind of helped me get into planes, because I was always like, oh, what's Cessna? And what's Beechcraft? And I'm like, what are these? And then it got me into planes, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, Jan King STP gas booster, number 43 car from Eric Almirola. Never seen the paint scheme like this. Some Eric Almirola cars, when he ran the 43, are kind of expensive, but I really don't get the feeling that one is going to go for much. Nothing too fancy, just an Auto Trader car. Everybody loves the Auto Trader car. At the Benedetto's Plan B Sales number 32 car. Martin Truex Jr.'s number 78 Auto Owners car. Now, if this were the one with the big massive A on the hood, it is worth a lot, but it's just the regular Auto Owners car that he ran in 2017 and 16 and 18. At least 2018. Paul Menard's Quaker State car. Like I said, sucker for the Menards cars, but it is the Duck Dynasty Peak car that Clint Bowyer ran in 2013. Thought it was pretty cool paint scheme. I used to love the Duck Dynasty guys. I would watch them all the time when I was younger. And then we have a Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Best Buy car, which, you know, I think I remember seeing that thing going for quite a bit online at one point, but you never know. David Reagan's number 34 CSX car. This thing was such a staple in my childhood. I always remember the Play It Safe car. I had a Play It Safe car, CSX car that I actually made in diecast form. I don't think I have a picture of it anymore, but I loved this thing so much that I made it with whiteout and markers. But now I have this thing, the Bush's Beans car and the Louisiana Hot Sauce car. Personally, I am more of a fan of the Louisiana Hot Sauce car. The flames on the side really do it for me. But you gotta appreciate the Bush's Beans car back when JTG Doherty was sponsored by Kroger and had just a ton of sponsors that were everyday household items, and I thought that was always really cool to have. Here we go, we got two Michael Waltrip Racing cars here. This car was listed as unopened, but the doors kinda unlatched a little bit. As far as I can tell, there's no damage to the car, but this one is Brian Vickers' number 55 car from 2014. Not a lot to say about it. It's Brian Vickers. There's not a lot of words on Brian Vickers right now. And then this one's Michael Waltrip's number 55 Aaron's car. Everybody's favorite female warrior in the NASCAR Cup Series from 2013 to 2017. She ran a couple races in 2018, actually one race, the Daytona 500, before she retired. But first off, we got the Aspen Dental car here, which was always kind of cool. They ruined it towards the end. I really loved the Tooth Fairy one that she ran at Talladega in 2016. I don't know if they made a diecast of that one, though. I haven't been able to find it. But this car, this one is a gem of my own collection. It is the GoDaddy Pink car from 2013. The story, she ran this car at Kansas Speedway for my first ever NASCAR race and wrecked it right in front of me in turn 1 on lap 1. It was a staple in my mind. And so this car, unfortunately, for those who maybe were hoping, oh, I'll maybe get my hands on this one for a little bit cheaper than you normally would see it on eBay or something, unfortunately, this one is not going to be for sale unless I find somewhere where I can get another one. That one's never going to go up for sale. Next up, Carl Edwards. We got a Subway car and an Aflac car here. Subway car and the Aflac car, pretty awesome. This one's from 2014, this one's from 2013. Aflac car, nothing really too crazy. Always loved the Aflac cars. That doesn't go for much. The Subway car, his COT version goes for more than this one does, but I think this one goes in the 20s, so we'll get you some good prices on that one. But we got the 33s. The 33s next, because we're putting these on too. So, of the 33s here, we have Austin Cindric and Ty Dillon. Now, Cindric's 5G car, I just thought was cool. I don't think this one will resell, honestly. So that might just be a part of my collection. Now, the Ty Dillon car, kind of, a lot of people look for it. Not super easy to find this one. And it's that same it's that same beer that I'm not able to pronounce. I don't remember the name, how it's pronounced. First off, let's start with the cheaper one. We have Eric Jones's Craftsman car in the regular version, the non-matte version. Not matte. This is the matte version. The non-liquid color version of it. But these two, though, these two have been selling for a lot online, so these are kind of gems in my collection. The Home Depot Let's Do This car, which, if I remember right, only ran like one race in 2013. That one's pretty awesome to have, as well as the Dollar General car that he has. Oh, man, this one I was so excited because I found it in a car a lot, and I was like, I gotta win this bid. I gotta get this car. And I ended up paying about as much as this car is worth online, and for like 6 cars, and they were all really good cars, so I was so excited for that one. We got 3 5 cars and 1 95 car. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Let's start off with the Procore car. This thing shot up in price recently. A lot of people have been looking for a Casey Kane Procore car for some reason. So if you guys are interested in that one, be sure to check that one out. Try and sell that for as cheap as I can. And then there's the Quicken Loans car, which everybody loves the Quicken Loans cars, especially Ryan Newman's ones from like 2013, 2012. They're always cool. The Farmer G.I. Jobs? Yeah, G.I. Jobs. Farmer's G.I. Jobs car that he crashed in the Coke Zero Sugar 400 in 2013. Sparking the most massive pileup in the entire world that flipped Kyle Busch over onto his roof. And then we have the Aquafina car, which, if you're a collector, you know the Aquafina car is definitely something you want to have in your collection. This is technically not Kevin Harvick. This is Keelan Harvick, but he ran it in the NASCAR Pro Invitational. It's got the little Pro Invitational badge on there. My camera's not focusing very well. But pretty cool to have this car here in my lot as well. Probably not going to get many people who buy it, because honestly, it's kind of just a basic car. Then the Folds of Honor car that he ran at Atlanta a couple years ago. Pretty awesome as well, the Budweiser can. I really do love the look of that one. Also another one that probably not on the list for many people. 2013 Bowtie car. This thing goes for a lot. Still haven't decided if I'm going to sell it though, but keep a lookout if you guys are interested in that one. AJ Allmendinger's. It is his Kroger Click List car that he ran several years ago. The American flag looking one, the USO, I think it is. Yeah, the USO car. And then the Scott's car that he ended up winning this at Watkins Glen with, but that's the basic version, the non-race win version of his car. So we got 3 Greg Biffle cars. We have a Fastenal car, we have his 2014 3M car, and then we have a pink 3M car that was run in 2013 that also said was unopened, but the door is flimsy on it. Like I said, I'm going to look into it. The car looks in great shape, though. As you can see, I like Ryan Blaney. And I'm also doing the body armor thing. Let's get onto the body armor cars after this, but here's his Wrangler Menards car that he ran at Kansas a couple years ago. And now onto the body armor cars. We'll kind of speed round it. These four are all the same body armor cars pretty much because they ran basically the same paint scheme, except this one right here has a little bit of black. Wow, I'm messing up everything. Has a little bit black on the front, which is different than this one, which is no black on the front. And then the only difference between these two cars is that this one's got the ugly all-star number on it. The Strawberry Banana, which just so happens to be one of my favorite body armor flavors. This is a beautiful car. All of my Ryan Blaney cars will not be on sale except for maybe some of his non-body armor cars, maybe. So I'll correct myself, most of my Ryan Blaney cars will not be on sale. Unless I guess you come to me directly and you have an offer or something. But here, this one is his body armor Edge car. And I don't know what to think about it. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of it or if I think it's kind of fun. But this is the Kobe Bryant body armor tribute, which also kind of looks like the Strawberry Grape car. Or not car, but the Strawberry Grape flavor now. We have his 2016 Camry, his Halloween car, and his 2021 Halloween car. The 2021 Halloween car, not super special, nothing out of the ordinary with this one. This car, though, is pretty expensive. One of those semi-hard to finds that you have. There's a little spot on the roof that I've deduced is just a speck of paint peeled up that doesn't have anything to do with the number. So it's plenty fine for those who want to buy this one as a collection. If you don't want it as a collection, you probably won't even notice it. If you do buy it as a collector's, I'm not sure how you're going to get that speck off of there. Good luck without opening the box. But they are both Kyle Busch's 2013 M&M's Camry. This thing was so hard to find in 2013 that I never actually owned one for myself. Otherwise, it would have been so raced with and played with that it probably would barely exist ever again, because I loved his 2013 car almost as much as I loved his 2012 car. This one, the box is not in great shape, but it's never actually been open, so this one probably will be able to get some collectors who are interested in continuing it with continuing their collection of Kyle Busch M&M's cars with the pink one that he ran in 2016. Probably the second most expensive car in my lot, maybe tied with some others though, of a Kyle Busch car, and I loved this car. It had a power line fall on it during the Charlotte race in 2013, but it is his Improve America number 18 car that he ran at Charlotte. A very, very nice baby blue mixed with the red, white, and blue M&Ms. Just such a great car, one of my favorites. So for the last 13 years, I have been looking for this car and never could find it. We knew it existed, but we never knew where it existed. But we finally found it, and I was finally able to purchase it, and this is probably the most expensive car in my lot. Now, I don't want to let go of it, but admittedly, I am going to post it, but I'm going to post it for an outrageous amount of money. So if you see it online and you see it for however much I end up posting it for, and you think, man, he's price gouging, it's not because I want to be, it's because it's not a car I necessarily want to get rid of. And if I do get rid of it, I want it to go to a collector who has also been looking for it as long as I have and is willing to pay about as much as I ended up having to pay for the lot that I picked it up from. But it is his 2013 Fall Leaves car. This car online actually does go for about I've seen it for 100, I've seen it for 70, I've seen it for 50. I got it for 100 from a lot of 7 Kyle Busch cars, but it came with some other Kyle Busch cars to kind of offset the price, so it felt a little more worth it to me. So I really don't know how much I'm going to list this one for. Like I said, it's one that I really do want to hang on to, but if somebody does come along and they want to pick it up, then they absolutely are welcome to. Alright, we have now reached the end of the video. That is a ton of diecast. I know, you're probably thinking, man, what a waste of money. Probably. I felt very compelled to buy a lot of these diecasts so that I could try and see if I could return them around. I've always been interested in doing something like trying to resell something, and I just thought maybe this would be a good start for me. And I think I want to kind of try and change the NASCAR Diecast community by selling some of the more basic diecast for a lower price than they're retailed for, and then maybe trying to get some of that money back by selling the gems, the more expensive diecast that I own in my lot for about what they go usually, maybe a little bit under, but making that money up. I never buy a gem or a really fancy car that I am just head over heels for. That is an outrageous price. I always try and buy them as low as I can, so I usually negotiate on eBay, which is always something that I'm going to be willing to do. All of these really have to go, except for the couple that I'm holding on to because I really like them. They all have to go. So if you want to come to me with any idea you have of a price, I am so willing to listen. I am so willing to listen to what you have to offer. As long as the price is not, I'll give you 50 cents for the Improve America car. No. No, I'm not doing that. That car is worth online it's worth $30. Right? A lot of these diecast I got for good prices so that I could turn them around and sell them for some sort of a profit while also not going over the Lionel base price, which is $11.75 right now. Obviously, if Lionel changes their base prices and then Plan B sales and Circle B sales drops their base prices again, that's going to be game over for me. There's not much I can do because then I won't be turning a profit. I'll kind of be stuck just trying to get as much as I can ripped off of the price. Like if I'm selling them for, like I said, $7.50 or something, because the $11.75 is the base price from Lionel. If I'm selling my diecast for $7.50, that is like a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about $4.25 price gap. It's a lot better. You can get a lot more of them, but if Lionel, say, drops their price back to the old days when it was like $9, I'm kind of cooked, because that's only about $1.75 price margin right there. And there's not much I can really do about that because, I don't want to have to sell my diecast for $5. So it's imperative for me to try and get a move on this, and it's an imperative for me to try and get as best of a price as I can for anybody who wants to buy them. And it's also important that I'm willing to negotiate. So keep all those things in mind if you're watching this video. This video will be linked in all of my eBay, in the descriptions, in my bio, everywhere. We're going to try and spread this out as much as you can. But if you want to come to me and you want to work out a deal to buy a ton of cars, I think I'm even going to list the entire 2025 season worth of cars that I have specifically on the line and say, oh, the entire 2025 calendar minus Austin Dillon, because nobody wants an Austin Dillon car. I'm just kidding. But if I list something like that, come to me, see if you can do a bundle. I'm going to be totally open and totally willing to work with anybody when I'm selling these diecasts. So with that, I appreciate everybody for watching this video. I'm going to try and get this thing up as soon as I possibly can. It is currently 1:59 in the morning. I don't want to say 2 yet, because I'm kind of trying to trick my brain into thinking I have more time to actually get myself prepared to put this video out on the internet. But sorry it was so long. It was way longer than I thought it was going to be. And I know that before I even edit it, because this has been 30 minutes just talking about the Gen 6s. So, I'm going to try and chop it up into bits on the YouTube video so everybody can kind of know where to go if they want to see a certain thing. Alright, thank you all so much. I appreciate it if you guys would go down there and leave a subscribe and a like. And with that, I hope to see you all in the next video. For now, I hope you all have a good rest of your night.